Deckham.
I'm telling you right now, why now is if you remove interest rates from any formula, and I know you can't, so to speak, but why right now is probably better than it's been the last couple years to buy. And James, this week, every contract that came through, and people are like, oh, well, how many? Well, a lot more than one, more than 5, less than 10. It's only 1 week, folks, right? So came back with appraised values, every single one. There was seven of them. Came back with appraised values $10,000 more than what the agreed to purchase price was. So,
that's unheard of a year ago,
dude. And it not reinforces, but it sort of puts credibility to what we've been talking about. Sellers that are selling have to sell, and they're $10,000 over. But guess what? They're still. What are we saying? They still made money, right? So what they're looking at is, I've got to get out of this house for whatever the reasons are. A couple of them are death. One family's relocating, right? And 3 of them are divorce. Okay, so those are the 3 Ds: divorce, debt, death, and distance. 4 Ds. So that's what we're seeing. And we've been telling everybody this exact same thing. And, one of my buyers said it was simple. I said, well, that's great news. And they said, look, it's just another win. I know the interest rates are a little higher. I was tired of renting. And they said that $10,000, I look at it as, that eats up some of this interest that I'm paying on a little bit of a higher payment right now. And I said, that's a great way to look at it. They're getting some seller-paid closing costs. The house is appraising for $10,000 more, which is awesome. Like, we get a little caught up in, well, only $10,000. Dude, are you kidding me? These agents work their rear ends off to know exactly what to sell that house for. So that shows you've got people right now that if they truly want to sell their house, they can. And buyers who truly want to buy can. So when you hear I can't find nothing, I tell people every day I talk to, every day, there's nothing out there for me. You don't want to be a home buyer.
Right.
You just don't.
You don't want it bad enough.
You don't want to be a home buyer because, yes, there is. Yes, there is. So when you talk about $10,000, that's eating up some interest for people. They're getting buy downs. They're getting seller-paid closing costs. Outside of that number on a piece of paper we call interest rate, which is temporary, you can refinance. People are winning big time, James. And that's why I think outside of going get a 2.5% to 3.5% interest rate, that's why I think right now is as good a time any to be a buyer.